Hey there, y'all. Figured I'd put out an afternoon video here and go over, the IPOs that we, have listed here for the week. Um, Basically, I figured I'd kind of go over, the ones that I'm gonna personally be playing and, from the get-go and putting on pre-order, and then the ones that I'm not, um, and why, sort of thing. So, I guess we'll start, with ticker LRCH or LRHC. I can't even remember what the hell the ticker was. It was La Rosa Holdings, I believe, is the name of the company. It kind of goes to show how little I care about this one because I can't even really recall here. But I want to say that these guys were, they're involved in real estate. I'm pretty sure. Of course, the last real estate, the last company involved in real estate that I played was LRE, and that one didn't really pan out like I wanted it to for sure. But I'm pretty sure that this company's based down in the South here in the U.S. and I think the last U.S. IPO that I can really remember that did halfway okay was ticker LQR. As far as day one small pop kind of thing. Take a quick 20%, maybe 30%, and that's about it. Typically I don't play USA IPOs, Israeli IPOs, Australian IPOs. I typically stay away from all those. Um, you know, uh, just you look at history and how things typically play out and what does well and what doesn't, and IPOs out of those three countries typically suck on day one. You might get lucky with something that pops a little bit, but I don't like playing them myself, so I just I don't typically pre-order anything from those regions. Um, you know, and anyhow, it's not really one that I'm looking at. I'm definitely not going to be paying big attention to it. I might kind of keep my eye on it, see what it does on day one, and maybe it'll have some sort of little pop for people if they can make some quick bucks. Great, but I'm probably just going to stay away from it for the most part. Um, the next one is ticker GVH. This is Globovend Holdings. Um, yeah, and this one, I think it's an Australian-based company, but they're kind of like international. Um, they're widespread a little bit. They don't just operate in Australia. I think they're a shipping company or mail service company. I don't know, something along those lines. It doesn't really matter that much, but I did notice that they do business in Hong Kong, so they have like a Hong Kong Thai type of thing, but this isn't like a Hong Kong play. Um, it can't be considered that in my opinion. But with this one, I do think I'm not going to pre-order it, but I am going to keep an eye on it on day one. And if it looks like it's going to have the volume and the momentum, out of the gate, then I might play it. We'll kind of see what happens. But, the main two for the week that I'm looking at is Prime Tech Holdings, ticker PMEC, and they've actually kind of similar to LRE. They were supposed to go public like two or three different freaking times before they actually went public. They canceled, and I want to say that I actually had this one on pre-order like months and months ago, and they canceled, and they brought it back, and they canceled, and I was just like, well, I'm gonna actually just kind of pay attention to what's actually going on, and when it appears like they're actually getting closer to having things wrapped up, then I'll put in a pre-order, and go from there. But you know, it's supposed to go live this week. I think the day was set for the 5th. I'm not sure. I'd have to go back and look. I'm just kind of doing everything off the top of my head here. And you know, obviously we have the uplisting AATP. You know, I have my pre-order in on it as well, and you know, I think that it's going to do pretty well overall. You know, the way it's kind of shaping up, in my opinion. You know, just food for thought on that one, I guess, would be, you know, looking at the market cap, and this might have, you know, this might just be meaningless, you know, but it's just something to think about anyway, you know. If you look at the market cap now, and you look at the share structure, how many shares are available, you know, they're uplisting with only 1.7 or 1.75 million shares. So, you know, if it's going to, say, maintain that market cap, think about where that dollar's got it. You know, that price has to be. You know, that'd be freaking crazy. But anyway, you know, I guess I should go over a little bit maybe how I'm going to play them out. You know, I put out a couple videos on AATP already and how I'm playing that one. You know, there's a couple of others, that I should mention. I've done videos on them as well, mentioned them. Ticker GMM and ticker MSS. And I'll be playing both these as well, but I don't think they're actually going to launch this week. And that's, you know, just what I'm kind of feeling anyway. I think it's going to be like next week, probably. I could be wrong, but, you know, when it comes to filings and, you know, companies, you know, ready to go, and then all of a sudden they're not, it's like, you know, there's a lot of titter tat, I guess. I don't know what else to call it. A bunch of fiddle faddle, just, you know, it doesn't seem to, stuff's not matching up. Let's just put it that way. You know, and so it's kind of up in the air as far as, you know, when these, you know, any of these are going to go live. So, you know, they can get within a range, you know, a day or two range typically. But, you know, you could think that these guys got it all figured out, all the filings are in, you know, everything's ready to roll, and then, you know, boom, oh, wait, you know, we got to put a halt on things here and figure this part out and whatever else. But, you know, they can surprise you with all sorts of crap. Or, you know, I've seen it. I've seen quite a bit through the years here, so, you know, it's just how it goes. And eventually, you know, after a few years, you just kind of get numb to it, and, you know, it's like, well, whatever, you know. And, you know, but when they do that, you might need to reevaluate, you know, how you're going to play it, you know, depending on, you know, because the situation can change all the time. So, you know, you got to be able to change and adapt with it, ultimately. And, you know, that's just kind of how you succeed here in the markets. But, you know, I have, you know, the pre-orders for, you know, PMEC and AATP. And I guess, you know, I was kind of thinking, and it's like, well, you know, a lot of people, they can't necessarily play both, right? So, you know, say there's all this juggernaut going around, and they can't seem to figure out which one they want to launch on which day. Well, okay, say just for example, you got $1,000, right? Okay, well, if you want to play both those IPOs, but you're not one of those people that knows for sure exactly when they're going to go live, well, but you want to say throw, you know, that entire $1,000 at the one IPO, make your gains off of it, and then play the next one if they're not launching the same day. Well, what you could do is put a pre-order in for both, and then, you know, keep an eye on your alerts. in your account. And, because you will get those IPO alerts where they're like, hey, we're going to be closing this offering. And, that's when you kind of have that opportunity to make up your mind. Well, okay, do I want to throw the full $1,000 at this IPO, or do I want to just, go 500 on it and then, keep the other $500 pre-order on the other ticker and hope that, it goes live when they say it's going to go live, or whatever. I don't know. It's just kind of a thought that I had. I'm always, I don't know, my brain never shuts down, it seems like. I seem to lose quite a bit of sleep over it sometimes. It's just a bunch of bullshit, but it is what it is. And just figured I'd throw that out there to people. Just an idea. As always, none of this is financial advice. Do not trade according to anything that I have to say ever. I hope that we can make some decent money on IPOs this week. If they launch one. So we'll see what happens. Probably gonna wrap it up there, and I'll talk to y'all later.